Hello, welcome to a special edition of Bees and Tea Stitching. I just watched Roladex Stitches, who is awesome. She's amazing. Um, I think she might be my spirit animal. Anyway, I just watched her do it's a hashtag Roladex random tag. And I just decided, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to do that tag myself. So this is kind of a stitch with me, even though you can't see what I'm stitching because I can't show you because it's for somebody. So you get just a hint of the back. Ooh. Anyway, so it's sort of a stitch with me, and it's sort of a Rolodex random tag and a little bit of whatever. So I don't expect this to be anything that is especially long. And I should have actually started my stitching before I did this. I apologize. Alright, so it is going to be 1, 2, and here. I should have already started my thread. That was my bad, sorry. My bad. Alright. Make sure that that's right. 1, 2, and then 1. Okay, cool. We're good. Alright, so I'm going to answer her questions. I haven't had time to think about any new ones, and I apologize for this harsh light. This is my very, very cheap. There we go. Now, this is my very cheap $6 Walmart lamp, and as you can tell, I also use it for decoration. These are different kind of um, needle minders that I've made. Various stickers. I've got a Mountain Dew label. I've got a Target spot over here. I've got a Terry's. You can't see it. I'm sorry. I've got a Terry's chocolate orange on there. So it's a little bit of everything. A little bit more Mountain Dew. So, Stephanie from uh, Pam and Steph there might like my lamp, but because I just stuck labels from um, the 2 liter bottles or from somewhere. No, they were from 20 ounces. Anyway, I stuck those on there because why not? Anyway, so the first question is, how did you come up with your FlossTube name? Um, Let me back up on that question because what actually happened is for a very long time, both on YouTube and elsewhere on the internet, I've been known as Seaweed or Seaweed Otter, and that is because I love otters, which comes into play in a different question too. And I've actually been collecting otter plushes and other otter things for many, many years, including the where I got the actual name is the Seaweed Otter Beanie Baby. No, I was never really that much into Beanie Babies, except for Seaweed the Otter and the goldfish, which I think was just named Goldie. I don't remember. Anyway, um, and one cool story is somebody who I still don't know who it was, who apparently knew me and had my address or got somebody to give me my address, sent me a sealed bag of 12 of the seaweed beanie babies, which I still have sealed up, um, back in our kind of storage area. So I don't know what to do with them except just keep them there. So there they are. Um, on both Instagram and YouTube, I still have Seaweed Otter as a name. So I still use that. That's what I use for pretty much everything online. Um, but I wanted a new FlossTube account, and I just found it easier to kind of start anew. So I made B's and T's. And it's because I think I've mentioned it before. I am a shameless Anglophile, and so I love anything English, which is where the T's come from, and also sort of where the bees come from because bees are fascinating to me. They are the neatest creatures in the world, and being a shameless Anglophile, I also love um, the BBC show Sherlock. And one thing about Sherlock Holmes, not actually in the show, but in the books and the stories, which I'm slowly making my way through. Um, Sherlock Holmes, in some of the last, I think maybe the last story, he ends up retiring to Sussex and keeping bees. So I always thought that was kind of cool, and I love bees. Bees are cool, not wasps. They're nature's assholes. Just saying, but um, bees in general, like bumblebees, so cute. I love bumblebees. So that's where I came up with bees and teas. All right. So number two, what is one word that you would never use to describe yourself? I can think of two. One would be confident. I am the absolute opposite of confident. I'm the least confident person you will ever know. And the other one would be graceful or ladylike. I am neither of these things. I am, as Roladex said in her FlossTube, she's like a bull in a china shop. Yeah, I feel you, girl. I feel you. Yeah. So yeah, I am definitely a bull in a china shop. I am not feminine. I am not ladylike. I am not graceful. Yeah, I'm none of those things. So, sorry, more than one word. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see. What is one type of music genre that makes? Sorry about that. My phone decided to go off. um, what type of music genre would makes you grind your teeth? Like what do you hate? So, whiny country music and hardcore rap. You know, I actually, and there is some country and there is some rap that I do like. But in general, those are the types of music that I like the least. So, um, I would have to say that. Yeah. If I said opera, my father would kill me because he's Italian and huge into opera, so I won't say opera. I can listen to it for a little bit, but it gets really old really fast. So, opera would be a very close third. Um, if you could join any TV sitcom, what would it be? And I am sitting here not sewing. Whoops. Um, you know, I don't have cable anymore, so I don't really watch TV. Most of what I watch are not sitcoms, but the first one that comes to my mind is Cheers, because I used to love that when I was younger. I watched Cheers, not religiously, but quite a bit. So, and um, I don't know, it just uh, a place where you can kind of be yourself and everybody knows you and you can kind of drown your troubles and tell people about your problems. That sounds kind of cool. And it had a lot of cool characters. So, yeah, I'll say Cheers. Why not? I have been to Boston once, and I did see the outside of the bar. The bar is actually not called Cheers. I forget what it's called. Because this was a long time ago. I was probably in high school. And I'm not saying my age, so. Um, but yeah, so I went to the outside of that bar, so that was kind of cool. I think that might have been just after it stopped. Um, after it's, I don't remember if it had stopped being shown when we were up there or not. Anyway, but it was cool. I got to see it, and I'm sure I took pictures, but that would have been way before digital cameras, so who the hell knows where that film is. All right. So let's see. If you could choose one animal to help you win a fight, what would it be? Oh, that's easy. The Wolverine. I love Wolverines. They are not very big. They're about as big as they're bigger than a cat. Maybe like a medium-sized dog, but like short legs. So like a short medium-sized dog. But they are pound for pound the meanest animal that is out there, and I just think that is awesome. I mean, they will fight. It's like a honey badger. They just don't give a crap. So yeah, honey badger, or I mean, a Wolverine would definitely be it because they're really cool animals, and they're very. I love that they're kind of mysterious. We don't really know all that much about them, just because they're very secretive, and there's not a whole lot of them. They're not, uh, they're not very, they're very spread out, so they're very hard to study. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Excellent. So make sure I'm in the right place. Um, so yeah, and what's really cool is just a few years ago, Michigan is actually the Wolverine state because, like, um, University of Michigan, of course, has Wolverines as a mascot. But just a few years ago, they actually had the first Wolverine sighting in decades, I think. I mean, it's like a very, very long time, which is really cool. So apparently, wild Wolverines are making their way back to Michigan, which is neat. I mean, I'm nowhere close to Michigan, so yeah. But I would love to see a Wolverine once. I've never seen one in a zoo. They don't have them in zoos. I've definitely never seen them in the wild. They don't have them down here. So, you know, maybe one day. Who knows? I've seen otters, so yay. All right. So yeah, that's that one. Let's see. What is your go-to feel good in a bad mood movie? Um, Kind of the what you gravitate towards when you just want to not think and veg. Um, Really, what I gravitate towards is not a movie, but a TV show, and again, that would be the BBC's show Sherlock. I can put that on and sew or play Minecraft or do whatever, and just have this background noise, and I love it. But if I had to choose a movie, I would say either probably Ghostbusters. That is my favorite movie ever. Um, Second would probably be the very first Pirates movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. Love that movie as well. And the runner up would probably be almost any Mel Brooks movie, but especially Spaceballs and maybe Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. All those are good. So, yeah, those are probably it. Or Airplane. Airplane's good too. Yeah, don't make me start quoting that movie. You guys have already seen my airplane mug, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So go down one. All right. Next is what is one song that you would sing at a karaoke bar? I really liked Rolodex's answer of the Killers, Mr. Brightside, which I absolutely know by heart and I love. But what I really want to do one of these days is make a bet with somebody that I can sing Don McLean's American Pie while not looking at the lyrics. It's about 6.5 minutes long, and I'm 99% sure that I know that song well enough that I could do it. Maybe bet on the next round of beer or something. But I want to take somebody up on this challenge one of these days. So, um, I'm old enough that I grew up on records, and one of the records that I grew up of, well, my mom loved ABBA and Neil Diamond and John Denver, but she also liked Don McLean, and she had a copy of American Pie, and so I would listen to it a lot when I was a kid. And I didn't listen to it for a while, and then I don't know what happened. I picked up on it years ago, and I just started like it was like a duck to water. I was like, "Yep, I love this song." So ever since then, I listen to it whenever I can. It's on my Pandora, so occasionally. Well, I don't drive really much anymore, but when I drove around, um, it would come up in my car every once in a while, so that was always nice. But I mean, I have it on my computer. I can listen to it anytime I want to. So yeah, that's it. Um, if you were a superhero, what power would you want? Well, it's not very practical, but it would be really cool to have Wolverine's claws. Oh crap! Hold on. Ah shoot! Sorry. Hold on. I messed up somewhere. Um, let me uh, let me just do this. I'm gonna frog while I answer this question. I guess. Whoops. Um, Wolverine was my favorite. Not surprisingly, was my favorite superhero growing up. So, but it's not very practical. So, even though I'm kind of a Marvel girl, not a DC girl, um, I guess I would say either Namor from Marvel or Aquaman from DC. Like the ability to swim really fast and breathe underwater, I think would be kind of awesome. So I'll go with that. Again, not really all that practical either, but it'd be cool. So, yeah, I can play with the otters. There you go. And it's, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Working on a knot. This is what I'm working on for the sake of coverage. There we go. Since this is 14 count, um, I'm using 3 strands of thread. So any sort of knots or anything like that is kind of okay, there we go. It's kind of elevated to the next level because it's 3 strands you're trying to work through, not 2. So that makes it that extra little bit of hard to both put it through a needle and to undo knots. But I got it, and I'm a thread licker. You know, whatever. Again, sorry, not sorry. And yes, this is a lump of cat sitting up here on my pillow. Uh-oh, I woke her up. Now I'm in trouble. This is also a little froggy pillow that I sewed. And when I say sewed, I mean it's it's one layer of this froggy felt and then one layer of blue felt on the bottom, and that is all hand sewn because I have no idea how to use a, a sewing machine. I know, it's kind of sad. I have a sewing machine. I got the sewing machine for our wedding like 14 years ago, and it is still in the box. So, yay, go me. But anyway, I did that. It's a really nice. It's nice and it's that nice pillowy kind of flannel, so it's nice and warm. And the cat has apparently decided that it's hers. But you know, cats. So what can you do? All right. So yeah, if you're a superhero, okay, got that one. What did you want to be as a child? Oh, hi, cat. Yeah, I woke her up. I'm sorry. That was 100% my fault. I apologize, big girl. I know. There you go. You stretchy, stretchy. Yeah, you having fun calisthenics back there? All right. Anyway, I don't, I don't remember having just one particular thing that I wanted to be as a child. I think I always drew, so I probably wanted to be an artist. And then with my art teacher in high school, he's an amazing, amazing man. And he really made me want to be an art teacher. That unfortunately didn't happen. My job has nothing to do with art. It is, I won't say the furthest from art that you can get, but it's pretty far from art. So, um, it didn't happen. I mean, it's very, very hard to actually have a job, as any sort of artist and make a living on it. So, you know, it's never happened, but oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, I guess artist. I don't know, maybe work with horses, even though I'm a little nervous riding them. I'm always been a nervous horse rider, and I've done it enough. I've done it a few times throughout my life. Um, but you know how most people have like invisible friends. I had invisible horses, and they lived in California. I have no idea why. I don't know, but I do remember that. So it was a thing. So one, two. Okay, needs to be one more out. There we go. Four. Okay, cool. Sorry. All right, we're good now. So yeah, either an artist or something to do with horses. Maybe a horse. Maybe I wanted to be a horse when I grow up. Possible. Um, what is the stupidest thing you've ever done on a dare? I'll be honest. Until I got into college, I was very much a homebody, and I did not do anything of interest. So I don't really have a good dare story, but I do have a good just I was an idiot story. Um, I was 20, still in college, and Jimmy Buffett was coming to um, an amphitheater in Charlotte, North Carolina, about an hour and a half from where I am. And so um, there's kind of a group of ladies. We still meet. I mean, this was 20 years ago. This was more than 20 years ago. So there you go. That's sort of my age. But and we still meet up. And so there was a group of ladies. It was my mom and some of her friends that have become my friends as well. Um, so they kind of range in age from my mom's age to my age and in between. Anyway, so Jimmy Buffett was coming to town, and one of them was a huge parrot head. I think she probably still is. And so we decided, well, we're gonna get together and we're gonna go up to Charlotte and we're going to, go to the Jimmy Buffett concert. Okay, cool. So it was the summer. I don't remember what year, but it was the summer that I was 20. I wasn't 21 yet. Um, and so we went up to Charlotte. We drove up there, which was a story in itself, but I probably won't tell. But anyway, so we went up to oh, hi cat. I knew you'd be back. So we drove up to Charlotte. We tailgated in the parking lot. We made cheeseburgers in paradise on a grill, and we had a one of those big, huge coolers full of margaritas. And remember, I wasn't 21 yet, so. And by the time we got to the concert, we were all feeling pretty good. And the way that this amphitheater is, and it's still there, and it still is the same way. You've got the stage, and then you've got the nice metal seats with the backs, and then you've got metal bench seating. Then you've got a like a it's not even a fence. It's like kind of a little barrier, like a little railing, to cut it off, and then the rest of it is grass seating. So of course we were in the grass seating because you don't really need to be close to Jimmy Buffett. You just need to hear him. So we were in the grass, but we were close to where the barrier was between the grass and the bench. And because we were drunk and whatever, we had decided that it wasn't all that full. So we decided that we were going to go over the little barrier, and go into the last row of the bench seating, or the long metal bench seatings. So and the barrier was one of those where it's like it's just metal, and it's a couple of tubes, and it probably went up to maybe my waist. No, maybe, yeah, probably about my waist. So we had to climb up it and over it. And I don't I don't really remember what happened, but so you had the grass, and then it kind of went down for the seating. And so I made it part of the way over, fell. I don't know if I hit the side of the bench or if I just hit the concrete underneath it. I don't know. But on my side, right about here, I have a picture of it. Again, it's film, so I don't have it. Of a bruise that was probably about that big, right here on my side. I think it was this side, but yeah, right here. It was an impressive bruise, and I don't remember it hurting that night. So that was, you know, and I hate to say this, I'm sure it was a great concert, but I don't really remember it. So yeah, we did have a hotel room that night, so we didn't drive all the way back or anything, so we were good about that. So but yeah, and of course, by the time the concert was over, several hours had passed since we had taken the last drink. So we were okay to go the very short distance to the hotel. So that was all right. But yeah, I had a bruise to remember. So that was kind of cool. I mean, kind of cool, but kind of not. And I'm not sewing. Whoops. So yeah, that was fun. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let's see. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. All right, now I have it. Yes. Um. Yeah. Okay, cool. Counts right now. All right, good. So, let's see. What's the stupid thing? If you had to describe yourself as one animal, what would it be? Otter. Duh. You know. Anyway, but yeah, definitely otter. Where is that little? Somebody actually gave me, because there's a lot of people who know I collect otters, and somebody gave me this really cute. It's got look at so little pink cheeks, little squishy otter. It's adorable. So, sea otters especially. I love all otters, but sea otters have a little special place in my heart. So, um, the description of me as an otter is kind of more river otterish because uh, I'm very kind of flighty and very short attention span and very like ooh shiny. So yeah, very very ADHD. So that's very otterish. Not as much sea otters, but river otters are kind of ADHD poster childs. They really are. Um, if you ever have a chance, there is, and I don't remember the name of the channel, but if you just look up Sakura Otter, Sakura, there is somebody in Japan who has two otters. I'm fairly certain they're the Asian small clawed otters because they're too small to be river otters. Um, but they are adorable. Just the sounds the otters make, they make these like people wouldn't believe me when I say they chirp like a bird, but they kind of do chirp like a bird. They have a lot of different calls, but kind of their main call is like a kind of a quick, high pitched bird chirp. So, but it's worth watching. They're very cute. I don't know if they're as cute as my cat, but yeah, they're cute as my cat. Shh, don't tell her I said that. We'll keep that between ourselves. Oh, wow. She just gave me a look. Okay. Yeah, I might better watch my back now. Cat might be out to get me. But anyway, so yeah, otter, definitely. Let's see. What is your favorite flavor of jelly bean? Oh, well, that's very, very easy. Um, it is going to be the Jelly Belly flavor bubblegum. I don't know what it is about that flavor that I just love. It doesn't, I mean, it does kind of taste like bubblegum, but not exactly. But I don't know how exactly I would describe the flavor, but it's just amazing. It's really good. But it's not all that easy to find individually. There are some places that you can go to find it individually, um, but you know a lot of the places that have the individual flavors like can't have all of them because Jelly Belly has like 20 billion flavors, and so it's not one of the most popular. So when I do find them, I will definitely try to grab a bag when I can. That is whoops, that is one too far over. Whoops. But yeah, definitely Jelly Belly jelly beans. Jelly Belly uh bubblegum. I can't even honestly. I can't even think of a like a secondary flavor that I would give a runner up. I don't really eat a lot of jelly beans. Um, but those are really the only jelly beans I like to eat. We went to a do I have it here still or did I throw it away? I probably threw it away. Um, sorry, just looking through the stuff beside me. I guess I don't have it. All right. Anyway, we went to a Cracker Barrel, old time store, and they had a Jelly Belly assortment of Krispy Kreme flavored jelly beans. Krispy Kreme, I don't know how far around the U.S. around the world it is, but Krispy Kreme are the best donuts that you will ever taste. What happens is they make their regular glazed donuts in house, and you can actually watch them making it. And they have a light up sign that says "Hot Donuts Now," and that's when the machine is on and they're making a batch. That red light comes on, and you will see a line, no matter how where it is, you will see a line of cars going back out around into the road when that red light is on because people want those donuts hot off, literally hot out of the grease. It's well, not grease, but out of the oil, whatever they cook it in. Oh, they're just the best. But anyway, so they had like I think they had like original and chocolate and strawberry, and they taste kind of like Krispy Kreme. They were good, but you know they weren't Krispy Kreme donut good. But it was worth a couple bucks just to try the bag. You know why not? So I guess maybe that would be a second, but a very far second from bubblegum jelly beans. Um, last one is: do you sleep with a top sheet? Yes or no? No. I don't sleep with a top sheet, but I do sleep with a comforter. I don't like how top sheets feel. I mean, I use them obviously, when you go to hotels and other places like that. But at home, no, I use a comforter, and I like that I can throw the comforter on or off whatever part of my body that I need it, to be hotter or cooler. We in general keep our house pretty cool, and we do have a box fan in our room that's both for air and also for the white noise. So a lot of times, if I'm warm in the evening, I'll start with the comforter off, and sometime during the night, I'll pull it over myself. So I'll end up, kind of burritoed under the covers, under the comforter. So yeah, so no top sheet, but my favorite comforter, which is black on one side and kind of a dark teal on the other. So that's pretty much it. Um, and when that's dirty, then I have um, a blanket that my husband gave me for Christmas. I think he said he found it on Etsy. If you didn't know, I'm also a terrible Disney file. So this is, and I'm sorry I cannot get this right. Um, wow. Okay, I am just failing. There we go. Figment from Epcot's Journey into Imagination. So it's a gigantic figment, and it's that really soft fleece. So it's just white on one side, and it's got this really nice pattern on the other with kind of the Epcot spaceship Earth sort of design in the background. And I think it says Epcot at the bottom of it. Yeah, there you go. The Epcot globe. And if I'm really, really cold, I also have this one I found at Target because I am a terrible nerd. It is and I found this once and I have not been able to find it again. It's got it's a Super Mario, so you've got like the wall, you've got a coin, you've got 8-bit Mario over here. So yeah, but anyway, my cat loves these things because they're really soft. So when I'm sewing, sometimes I'll have the pillows right here next to me. There we go, right here. And she'll sit there and she'll just sleep. But now that the blanket is up there, yeah, you can see that I have been abandoned uh, for the top up there. But the whims of a cat. And wow, I did not do very much stitching on this, but that's all right. All right, so I guess that's about it. Once again, I'm sorry if this came off a little weird or rambly or you know disjointed or you know, and I've never done a stitch with me, so I don't know how to set this up so that I could actually do it where you could see the stitching. Um, Obviously, if I did it in the future, um, I'd want to do it on something I could actually um, show you where I'm stitching. But um, I just have a very cheap webcam that mounts up on the top of my monitor, so I have no idea how I would actually be able to um, do this as a stitch with me. So if you guys have any suggestions, um, other than spend a lot of money on another webcam, which unfortunately I can't really afford to do right now, then I would love to hear it. So definitely give me any suggestions. And I guess this is probably about it. So I don't want to ramble on too long. Make this longer than my normal um, videos, which I think it already is. Whoops. But anyway, I guess I will put this down, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.